Welcome back to Thinking Out Loud. I'm Joel.
And I'm Eric, and hello from Detroit.
Hello from Detroit. Hello from a wonderful, sunny Detroit right
beautiful
now.
day.
We are not expecting 8 inches of snow. So we got something interesting. This is actually really, really fascinating to us because in the universe of digital video, there have been a few that have raised funding and raised support and attempted to storm the castle of YouTube. None have hitherto been successful. However, there are a handful of players that perhaps have the reach, the audience, the funding to legitimately try to rival YouTube. I'm speaking, of course, about Facebook. Facebook has rolled out a new, it's not a new platform, it's a new take on their own existing platform. I don't know, we're gonna define it, but Facebook Facebook Watch launched in 2017, and we're gonna explore what it is, what it isn't, what effect it might have. Has this impacted the influencer space? And then what are some of our predictions? So
That's a lot to cover.
Well, it is a lot to cover,
Okay.
so we're gonna be quick, we're gonna be succinct,
My strength.
and we're gonna get into it. All right, okay. Eric, what is it? Tell us, break it down for us.
Facebook Watch, I think it's important to say from the get-go, I don't classify it as anything different. It's more of a video hub within Facebook itself. So you'll used to see a video tab up on the left-hand side. Now it's called Watch. It's essentially just an aggregation site or an aggregation hub within Facebook that accumulates all the video in more of a digestible, organized, consumable way. With the exception of the original content that Facebook is putting some big dollars.
Well, that's a
1 billion
huge
plus.
difference, isn't it?
1 billion plus.
Yeah, so right now in my feed, the only video I'm going to see are things that people have posted or ads, right? So now I could theoretically be seeing other content that Facebook thinks I'm interested in that either they own or they have partnered with somebody.
Well, do you see tasty, like the bird's eye POV cooking videos? Do you see any prepared videos that
when a bunch of my
necessarily
friends
ads?
like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say like all these friends liked this video, so I guess maybe I'm being proven
jumping
wrong
ahead
here.
to one of your questions that you listed up top, which was, what's this going to do for influencers and what opportunities is this going to create? Right now, the biggest opportunities that it's creating isn't for influencers as they exist on YouTube, for the integration opportunities that exist on YouTube, but it's really opening up the horizons for branded content as this scripted, curated, high, we'll call it.
So are they competing with YouTube or Netflix?
It's like right between. It's right between.
Interesting. Okay, so again, CNBC wrote an article about this a few weeks ago where they're like, Facebook is taking on YouTube. Were they wrong? Did they miss it? Is it?
Well, let me revise my answer. I think they are competing against every other site out there for eyeballs, because the thing that Facebook, the metric that Facebook uses above everything else is user value, user stickiness, user experience. How much time is your video gonna keep eyeballs on the site, make the user experience more positive, and make you come back to Facebook? Now, one interesting thing here, there have been a lot of anonymous quotes out there that the rulebook, whatever rulebook Facebook published for Watch when it came out, has basically been thrown out the window. They've given up on the smaller like self-standing videos, and they're going for marquee properties, bigger, long form scripted stuff.
So insofar as they're doing long form scripted stuff, now they're competing with YouTube Red, not so much
Or
YouTube,
Netflix.
or Netflix,
Yeah.
but not what we all what
Think of as-
95% of us think of as YouTube.
Exactly.
But they are doing that too. Where
Yes.
now you've got essentially channel pages that would look and feel very similar to what YouTube's channel pages, where you see the episodes in order of most recent to oldest, or in order of most popular, and you have that same kind of sorting function. And you have the same kind of episodic content.
Definitely, except Facebook still controls who gets those pages. But as of right now, you can't go create a show page. You have to get approved by Facebook to do that.
Okay, and so they're wanting to be far more curated. Okay, all right, this is good. Anything else?
There's one other thing I really want to talk about, and we'll let you.
Well, I want to ask you a question.
Okay,
all right. So they're putting $1 billion toward original content on Facebook Watch. Is that a number that we should be impressed by, or is that paltry compared to what others in this space are putting?
Compared to the $8 billion that Netflix is slated to be spending this year on original content, the budget for YouTube Originals is iffy. But I think YouTube Originals, the performance, it's been iffy itself. There's a tension, which this dovetails nicely into what I wanted to say. There's a tension in Facebook that is, I think, that's related to this. Facebook is built on a psychological mechanism of the scroll, right? You scroll the feed, and still the vast majority of users discover all video on the feed. Mm-hmm. So that's a scroll-based thing. Their entire advertising philosophy has been built around that, because if an ad pops up in the beginning when you're scrolling, you can scroll away. You have no investment in that property.
Right.
But these long form shows, Tom versus Time is the most common one that I always go back to. If you're going to Facebook and you're going to watch and you're searching out that content, you can suck up a pre-roll. And Facebook all of a sudden is now testing pre-roll and mid-roll, what they call ad breaks. But there's this tension at Facebook between the people who are all about the scroll and the news feed versus the people who want you to stay and go down a video hole and come up an hour later and you're like, wait, what just happened?
Okay, got it. Interesting. All right, so is it impacting the influencer space in terms of where we have kind of our wheelhouse is in YouTube, some Instagram, some podcasts? Is there anything that they're doing right now that is in any way impacting the influencer space?
Good fine point of a question there. Yes, it's just starting to.
Okay.
Facebook has made it clear that they are hands off. You're allowed to do branded content. So all influencers who do have Facebook pages, show pages, can do branded content, and it will be included on Facebook Watch. There's just so much of a platform there. Basically, half the planet's on this platform. Right. It's gonna make a change.
It's good. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. What else do I want to ask you? Why would an influencer want to have, what's in it for the influencer? What's the upside for them? Because right now they've already got their audience on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And typically what we see when somebody is native to YouTube, that's where they started, that's where they built their audience. They will have a much smaller derivative audience on Facebook and Twitter and Insta, right? Mm-hmm. So what would be in it for them to jump from YouTube to Facebook?
Then
or not necessarily jump to, but Facebook requires that the content be up 2 weeks prior to it showing up anywhere else, right? Is that correct?
If they have any ownership, partial ownership, they require an exclusive period for the content to be on Facebook
but
alone.
If they don't have ownership, then any Joe Blow YouTuber can post both simultaneously?
Onto their Facebook feed, but again,
but not under their Facebook channel.
Right.
See, I'm interested in what the channel piece that's wanting to compete with YouTube.
Well, let me answer what I think is your real question, which is, hey, why would anyone want to do it?
Right.
Facebook has a much more sophisticated suite of tools for boosting. On top of the fact, so let's just leave that as a standalone thing. You or the brand could put money behind a video that is performing well, and you want to get it out.
Okay, so to increase visibility, it shows up more frequently and
promote your video in a more efficient way. But also, it's going to be accessing a different demographic. The demographics on Facebook are older than YouTube. It's going to be a different audience base. So the last thing that I would list would be to repurpose your content. So there are some great channels that we work with that have a backlog of content that if they could get approved to have a Facebook show page, they could be repurposing that older content that has lived. And I believe Facebook is, like I said, the end thing is user value and user stickiness. So Destin, for example, Smarter Every Day is an incredible channel. He's got so much incredible content.
He's got like 7 years of content.
And it's so engaging that I think the Facebook community would not only really be drawn to it, but I think Facebook and the Facebook algorithm would reward that kind of content being uploaded because it only helps them in this huge land grab. Because you read an article where they are competing against YouTube, but they're competing against every other video platform for eyeballs, and it's a land grab now.
Okay, so our clients, why does it benefit them to put dollars into influencers on Facebook in their channel pages and Facebook Watch? Mm-hmm. Why should they do that? What does Facebook offer that they cannot get already through some provable channel?
Yeah, the nice thing that Facebook offers is a tool called the branded content, the handshake tool.
Right.
If they do branded content and they enable that tool, it will link, all the data will be ported to the publisher, to the one uploading the content, as well as the brand itself, so they can monitor the performance.
Okay, this is massive. So when you say all the data, all right, if there's a handshake between, Charmin toilet paper and Eric Lochner's YouTube, verified channel, right? And you're like, I only wipe with the best. And then
it's
stronger, whatever their tagline is. And then, all right, you've got, like Charmin has, you've done the handshake thing. They're getting what kind of data? This is fascinating. Are they getting real demographic of who's watching it, who's responding?
Yes.
Okay, so now Charmin can turn around and can they boost it, or do you have to?
They can reboost it. I can reboost it, or they can. We can.
Or the agency, or whomever.
And you can specify this demo, this age, or this connection to this demo, because Facebook does have 3 degrees out. Their web isn't just users; it's what the connection is between that user and everyone.
This is the biggest thing. This is the most important thing here that we've discussed. Because if Facebook can do this, and if they can get this right, and if they've got reasonably good content, and they can incent creators to come over and make it worthwhile for them, if they've done that, they've already made it massively worthwhile for the advertiser.
So the big if is if they can get the eyeballs, because the vast majority of the video discovery is still on the feed.
That is true. So here, Facebook. Here's our takeaway is you've got to make it as easy and as seamless as possible for top tier creators to come over. You've got to incent them. You've got to offer them a better ad revenue or an ad share.
And right now they've upped it to match YouTube. Which is
matching YouTube.
55%.
They got to do better than YouTube.
Yeah.
Take the long view here.
There's also a question about the ad revenue with branded content, because there's a question of from what I've been able to tell, if you do a branded content, you shut off monetization. You don't do ad breaks, so you're not going to be.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, that might matter.
Well, that's all the more reason that they ought to up the rev share on the other stuff. Okay, well, this is something we are going to watch carefully.
Man,
buzzing, and we'll check in regularly on this, because this could actually be one of the more significant trends that we're going to see this year. That's it. I'm Joel.
I'm Eric.
So long from Detroit. We'll catch you next time.